Y'all, it's early in the morning. Whew. Okay. And I think that covering my head, I think there is a spiritual advantage to covering one's head, and I've been doing it a lot more often. So, hi, you all. I'm really happy I'm on here live. Okay. I think that's better. Let me just kind of put something in the back. Y'all, I'm heated this morning. I'm heated. I'm going to be talking about a couple things I've been peeping. Don't phone. You better not today. Today is not the day for my phone to not be correct. I'm going to be putting a little tie on this. 1 second, y'all. Because that looks weird on camera. I don't want it to look weird. So I'm going to wrap my hair, cover my hair with this blanket I have on. Whew. I'm heated today, y'all. I'm heated. I have a lot to tell you all. I am back on my. Okay, that's good. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It could be. I could prefer it to be a little bit better, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it, right? So I am back on my fruit and veg cleanse to the best of my ability. It's been a journey. So right now, I have a little bit of bread and some watermelon. You know what I'm saying? Some peach natural iced tea. It's not all strictly fruit and veg, but that's like the main component of the meal. And let me make sure my volume's up because I know how, these sneaky apps get when you start talking about real stuff. Where do I begin, you all? Okay, I had a warning dream. Well, obviously today's the 4th because it's the 4th of July. I'm not celebrating a fake holiday. Let's start with that. I don't care for the noise. I don't care for the hoopla, the fake patriotic nonsense. This country is doomed, and this country is under serious judgment, and it needs to be for a plethora of reasons. So I'll start there. I'm not gonna participate in the tomfoolery. You know what I'm saying? Like any other person, hanging out with family, grabbing something to eat, jumping in the pool. Okay, that's customary on a day off, right? But besides that, I'm not gonna have hope in something that I think needs to be dealt with. I think that this country needs to be seriously dealt with. There's a lot of, skeletons in America's closet, so to speak, and a lot of just tomfoolery and negativity and deception and corruption, and that's not a good country to me. So this country needs to seriously shape up, and majority of the world, I think, is just fallen and lost, sadly. So the warning dream I had, I'm gonna have to get to that in this video somehow, which is, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to talk about, because I really did not plan this. I woke up and I felt like, you know what, this video needs to get done because there's a shift. It's all about the shift. It's all about the next turn. And for everybody who is not asleep and basically is trying to get on the right path and stay healthy, which is one of the hardest things to do nowadays. It's important. You see what I'm saying? So let me give you guys a little update on the previous video that I did. The previous video that I did was about Elon and Twitter. Okay. So based upon the last video, it's already, you know, official that Elon is not one of the good guys. Okay. He's charaded and masked himself as one of the good guys. It's been established, right? It's been very clearly established that since the Twitter limit exceeded and him trying to charge people for seeing news, real news information, that he's not one of the good ones. I know some people want him to be one of the good ones. He's not one of the good ones at all, you all. And that's been very, very well established to me since this whole nonsense. But before I kick off this video, and I'm starving, that's why I'm eating so fast, y'all, because my diet, this is a part of the video I'm going to talk about, okay? It's just extreme. This is extreme warfare. I'm telling y'all now. I'm telling y'all now. Okay. My Twitter is back to normal. A lot of people's Twitter is back to normal. Yes, since I filed the report, of course, Twitter's been back to normal for me. Yesterday, I did not scroll as much. I'm on Spill. I am on Spill officially. I love it way more, way better. And I hope it thrives, and I hope that Spill becomes a new thing for certain people. Okay, not for everybody, but for certain people. And, you know, it just feels good that, you know, there's something even better. The vibe is better on Spill. And, you know, I still have my Twitter account, but I'm not like I said, I'm not giving Elon a coin. I'm not giving Elon a dime. He can wipe my behind, basically. I'm not giving Elon nothing. So that's that. If I ever see that dumb tweet exceeded sign again, I'm off there. I'm not going to pay for nothing. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm off there. I'm going to Spill. I'm going to Tumblr. And I'm getting off there. Or I'm texting my real life friends, you know, whatever. You know, because that's what people should really be doing anyway. And, you know, regular life. Hang out with family, work out, eat healthy, sleep, rest, meditate. You know the deal. So that's a positive update. Before we get into the bulk of this video, that is a positive update. Okay, my Twitter is back to normal. Everything's been restored. I didn't lose my account. Okay, I didn't pay nothing. Okay, it was no bad news. My following list was restored. My tweeting abilities was restored. Everything was restored, as far as I know. I didn't click every single button, but I looked at the bookmarks. I looked at the messages. I looked at the following first, and actually my followers went up. Catch that, Elon, by like 200. Elon tried it, but guess what? I gained off the back of Elon's BS. I was thriving since he launched. I have been thriving even more and even harder since he's launched this tweet limited exceeded BS. So eat that, Elon. And my Spill is popping. For a brand new account, I almost have like 100 on there. And I'm finna run up to 1,000 because guess what? Spill is where it's at. Oh, the band came off. 1 second, y'all. The band came off. 1 second, y'all. I like how this looks on camera because it's early. I want to, like, you know. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's actually still there. I just kind of yanked the other side of it. 1 second. So, Elon tried it, okay? Elon tried it. He did. He tried it. But guess what? I thrived off the chaos. How you like them apples, Elon? And I took my ass to Spill. And Spill is popping too, honey. So there is no lose situation. You feel me? Okay, so now we're gonna get into the bulk of why I made this video. Okay, so I woke up. Well, I was actually, I think, woken up because it has been, so where I live currently, it's been raining like crazy. When I say that it's been like Lunder, what is Lunder? Okay. It's been thundering and lightning has been happening like almost every single, ooh, this thing is heavy, almost every single day. And it's like there was like no real sunlight rays in sight. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Oh, my throat. I kid you not, you all. Every single day, raining like a hurricane every single day. It's not an actual hurricane, but it behaves like a thunderstorm or heavy rain, like extreme heavy rain. Why does this keep doing that? Whatever. It's not gonna get fixed, y'all. It doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, there we go. Like every single day, right? So about like the very last couple of days of June, I've been wanting the sun to shine. Like I've been wanting to, go in nature, be able to run errands without having to put on rain boots and sneakers. And, if I don't have time to put on rain boots or sneakers, I got to put on my sandals and then I have to walk around. I got to walk around and have my feet get wet because the weather does not want to cooperate. And of course we know that it's being tampered with, okay? Like of course we know that the weather is being tampered with, right? By these machines. So what basically happened was like the very, very tippy top last day of June, the sun with all the clouds, all the rain, all the gray sky, like just ugly weather, the sun was trying to make a comeback. And I was doing work and things to try to push the sun to show itself more, right? And I kid you not, I'm not mincing words. I'm not being dramatic, even though I'm obviously, because I'm pressed and pissed off right now. It sounds dramatic, but it's the God honest truth. The God honest truth. It's like because the sun, every time the sun would try to come out, I would hear these loud ass planes, in the sky. And my nose was getting so agitated. You see what I'm saying? My nose was like flaring up. And this morning, okay, one second, I want this thing to cooperate. This morning, let me not get distracted. This morning, like I'm not even like gonna mince words. Like end of June, couple days into July, it seemed like the sun was finally making a comeback. You know what I'm saying? It finally felt like the sun was fighting back. Was fighting off the trails chem, basically. And all of the stuff they're spraying in the sky. So I'm over here like jumping for joy, like, yes, 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 the sun's fighting back, we're getting natural sunlight, yay, yay. I'm like, really happy and stuff. And on routine, ever since the sun's been trying to pop back out, there's these planes. I hear them early in the morning, like 6 o'clock. There's planes, late at night, like super late at night. And it's just nonstop. And, they have it in the manosphere as That's probably the wrong word, but they have, okay, I'll say it like this. They have it in the world that June, July, August, especially June, is like allergy season. And I've really been more awake to the fact that there is no such thing really in the spiritual world as an allergy. Like, this is another man-made thing that's been put in the air, put in food to cause toxins in our body. And funny enough, I hopped on Twitter maybe like past noon yesterday, just like for the hell of it. And there was a space. If you don't know what spaces are on Twitter, look it up. I don't have time to explain. And there was like ex-Navy, ex-Marine, ex-military in this so-called space on Twitter that I was listening to live. And they were talking about all the ways that they're polluting us through the food and the air. Now, I was not looking for this type of chat and live discussion, which is what a space is. It's a live discussion. People can join or not join. You can make it public or private as far as I know, but I think for the most part, it's a public space that anybody can create and have people listen to and chime in on. And let me tell you, the information alone that I learned from these people that were like in the Navy, Marines, girl, my mind was like, whoop. And it was exactly what I was looking for. And to get into the nitty gritty of that, I would have to do a whole different video because that ish was way too deep. And truth be told, if you guys heard what I heard, you would look at food completely different. This was just yesterday, okay? But I had the warning dream the either 2 days before that or the day before that. So this is like all spaced out. This is not just like everything happened one day, boom. Like this has been a constant thing, and I'm just now coming on here and talking about it with you all. So that was yesterday. Now fast forward to this morning, which is right now, 4th of July. Most people are off 4th of July, whatever, or people are taking off. Who gives a crap, right? Fake ass holiday. 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, I hear, what do I hear? The planes. Now, before I get into that, yesterday, I've had the worst so-called allergies. My nose was itching. My nose was itching. My nose was on fire. I felt like puffiness here in my chest. There was no reason for it. And I knew it was because of what they're spraying in the sky. And like I said, every single time, at least where I live at currently, every single time the sun would try to come out, these planes would come over and then the sky would get gray and it was rain. So I'm like, what the hell are these a-holes doing? You know? So like I caught on like, oh my God, like there's a connection with all of this. And it's making some people really sick. Like my body, it's so hard to say this, but like literally sometimes you all, I cannot go outside because I can smell outside. And maybe some of you that, I don't want to sound like, it sounds crazy, I know, but like, I know people out here can relate. So, I mean, like I said, because it's been raining nonstop, like the air smells weird. Like for majority of June, like half of June, when I would go outside, I would have like my N95 mask on because without me even going outside, I can smell the air, and the air smells like it's polluted. It smells like someone sprayed something in it. Like it doesn't smell normal, basically. So it's been a war. Like we can basically call it a war because every single time it tries to shine, I hear these planes. And even yet, if you look at my Twitter video that I made a couple days ago, you guys will see that there was planes even in that video. Like you can hear it. And it's not airplane. Like it's not JetBlue or Spirit or American Airlines. No, this is like the planes that I'm talking about. The planes we know we're talking about. Okay? Follow along. So, of course, I finally see some orange and yellow rays. I finally see some sun. It's super early in the morning. This is today now. Now we're fast forwarding to today, present day. And what do I hear? Like clockwork. Like clockwork, two loud ass planes right over. And as soon as they went over, the sun, the magnitude of the rays from the sun went down, was dimmed, was getting lower. So I'm just like, bruh, this is like an attack. And this explains why like I felt so much puffiness. I mean, you should have seen me. My nose was so itchy, like it was not normal. And I have no hardly any food allergies. There was nothing I would eat or do that would cause that. I did not like go in some crazy, you know, area where there's a bunch of like deadly poisonous plants. Like there was nothing that should have caused me and my body to react that way. And so now this morning I caught it. I caught what they were doing. And I'm like, wow. So this is why every morning I keep smelling this thing. Like I see a difference from when it's shining to then when I hear the planes and then the sky gets gray. Like automatically I'm like, no, 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 no. And between the Twitter space I was in with the ex-Navy military Marine folk, and now this, I'm like, okay, no soda, no meat. It's getting to a point, you all, where they're attacking from above so hard and they're attacking in so many other ways that I don't feel like I have a choice. On Spill, I posted my pictures of when I was doing my fruit salad and all that. And I like that we have Spill now because now I can finally post pictures of fruit and gardening versus on Twitter, everything is probably censored more than ever and is heavily watched. You see what I'm saying? So I made the connection that this is what's causing me for me to be puffy. This is what's causing me to feel like low on energy. This is what's causing it. I made the connection and I see that they have a pattern like clockwork. Like certain times of the day, I will hear one plane, then another plane will follow, and then automatically the sun is like blocked. Not only is the sun blocked, but then the sky gets gray. And then of course what happens after? It rains. Not normal. Not normal at all. And for some reason they're doing it ferociously. They're not stopping. So I made the connection that this is what they're doing. So now I'm like, okay, they're censoring us on Twitter. They're blocking us from seeing the revolution in France, where the folk in France are really getting busy and putting an end to their crazy system, like us, like Americans should be doing. And they're trying to block everything. They're trying to block this. They're trying to block the sun. They're trying to block real information. They're trying to block everything. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point that it's got at, y'all. Is they not stopping. So I can only speak for myself. It's getting incredibly hard. It's getting incredibly hard, you all, to not meditate, to keep eating meat, to having soda, to being stressed out by people. You get where I'm going? It's getting harder and harder and harder to follow their script and still be healthy and still be ambitious and still be excited for the day. Like it's hard to be under this much attack and you know you're being attacked and just sit there and take it. Like, so now my diet has like, I had to change my whole diet because I can't follow their system and buy their groceries and buy what they want us to buy and feel like myself. I just can't do it. And it's like a switch. Like since yesterday when I posted on Spill me making the fruit salad, It's like I cannot participate. I can't participate in being overly stressed. I can't participate in not exercising. I can't participate in, it's like my body is just fighting off whatever they're spraying in the sky, whatever warfare my body is trying to help me overcome it. So I don't have a choice. It really feels like I don't have a choice. So that's like the gist of why today I finally said, you know what, I'm going to come on here and make the video, because other people that may not just live in America, around the world, I'm pretty sure are experiencing this. And I need to gather the folk that know that in their area they're spraying heavily. Like where my area, they're spraying heavily. And it's not good. It's really not good, y'all. And if it's not environmental, then it's financial. And they're trying to jack prices. The job market is trash. I mean, it's a whole plethora of things, right? So if you all are hearing what I'm hearing, experiencing what I'm experiencing, you're not alone. If you've caught them spraying where you are, and you have a story to tell, drop it in the comment section. Not no fake story, a real story, no trolls, no bots, like for real. Like, that this is happening. Explain what you feel when they do it, and what you're doing to overcome it. Because like now, I don't have a choice, you all. I'm being so honest. Like now, I don't feel like I have a choice. I'm gonna have to go raw in my diet. I feel like I can't have soda. I feel like I can't do a lot of things because it's just so toxic out there. It's so toxic, and it's not leaving me any choice but to be forced, like, to level up, basically. You see what I'm saying? So now that that's been said in the video, I'm gonna get into the warning dream. So about 2 nights ago, I had a strange dream. Now y'all can interpret it how you want. I don't know why I would get this kind of dream, but hey, it is what it is. I just felt like sharing it because today is the 4th of July, and I do feel a lot of weird energy around this holiday. So this so-called holiday. So yeah, so like 2 nights ago, I had this weird dream, and I was being shown. It looked like New York. Honestly, it looked just like New York, and I was in a different building across the street, and all of a sudden I was seeing buildings fall, like just crumble to the ground. I don't know what exactly happened, but high rises, tall buildings, just one by one were falling. And there was a building right in front of me. There was a big glass wall. It was like glass was like in the walls, very modern looking building. And I could see people working out. I could see people, and weirdly enough, a lot of the people have the same kind of complexion. And I was looking across the street, and I was seeing people like this. I saw this one guy was talking on the phone, and he was talking so much to the point where his neck was turning red. There was like veins popping out of his neck, and I was looking at him, and I was like, what the hell? And I saw the building crack in half. Very weird dream. And I saw people scrambling. Where to, I don't know, because if the building's cracked and something happened, well, the elevators obviously don't work. So their last hope is jumping out or the stairs. So basically, I was seeing people in this building die. Like they just were they were being taken out of here, and the building was being demolished with no warning. And the symbolism of the one guy on the phone to me kind of represented like, highfalutenness, like this, that kind of attitude of like, nothing can touch me. You know what I'm saying? I got money. Nothing can touch me. And in an instant, I saw his bones being fractured. I saw blood. Like it felt very real, seriously. And the whole building collapsed. Um, I'm sure there's other details, but like I don't remember, so which is weird, but yeah, so when I woke up, I just kept hearing New York and, something's coming, y'all. I don't know. Something's fixing to happen, and that symbolism of that dream I think could be a lot of things. It could be, just all, and also it gave me the vibe of like not going into places or not going into atmospheres where there's a bunch of people outside, because like I've been saying that I don't think it's wisdom to, if you can avoid it, to go to events where, or go to places where there's a whole bunch of people, because that's kind of like where they harvest energy, is like when there's a location where there's all these people out and about, like it's an easy target. It's an easy target to take the people out for whatever evil purpose. It's a very easy way to lose your life. So that's also what I got from the dream, was like, and then I was like shown, before that I was like shown like the sidewalks and like the pavement and stuff was like very misty, very very smoky, like there was some kind of mist or smoke coming off the ground. Y'all can do with that information what you will. So yeah, like it just was showing me a lot of it was just showing me like time is basically up, like for a lot of things, y'all. And yeah, it was just wild, like seeing someone's body completely like cave in itself. Like the whole building had the loudest noise. It was like the weirdest dream, like one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had in my life. It was very very weird and very graphic. Like I could smell everything. It was just intense. There goes another plane. Y'all hear it? Y'all hear it? There's another plane again. So-called plane again. And it was really intense. And yeah, I was like being shown like this kind of like white substance that was like rising from the ground. Like it was, I don't know what that was, but a lot of people have been talking about unusual things that they've been smelling or hearing or seeing, either come from the sky or come from the ground. So that was really interesting, that that was in the dream that I had, the warning dream that I had. And it was just, yeah. And then for some reason, like the people, like the building that I was in, like nothing happened. Like we were perfectly fine. It was almost like I was standing somewhere and seeing like everybody, like everything else like be destroyed, but like the people that were around me where we were was like unbreakable. But then everything else I was being shown was like certain people like in these buildings that it felt to me like they were not good people, basically. Like they were just, in it for themselves, and didn't really have much of a moral compass, and just instantly like I just saw them like being taken out of here. So it's not a warning dream for those who are awake. It's a warning dream for those who are not awake, who think that they are hot shit, basically. And they were helpless. Whatever was being done to them for the buildings to collapse, and it wasn't like an instant, tall rise building being kaput. It was like a slow, steady brutalization. It was like there'd be a crack in the building, and there'd be like something falling, then it would be like rocking, and then it'd be like lights shutting down. Like it was like a steady process of like things happening. So like so they were aware of like their death while they were in the building, like while they were doing their daily activities. It's like they were aware of like the torment, okay? So the energy from the dream was so strange. Like when I woke up, I was like, what the hell was that? And then since yesterday, every time I hit my pillow, it's almost like I can feel that energy of like what I saw in the dream. So, 4th of July weekend, July in general, I think is a very dangerous month. I think it's a month where conscious people really have to shift. It's a month where we really have to make some changes. That's what I will say. I think it's also what I got was it's also alluding to the fact that there's going to be a lot of could be banks. I also, yeah, I remember when I woke up, I also thought of like banks collapsing, like the collapsing of banks. That's also what I got when I woke up. I remember I wrote it down. So yeah, so the symbolism when I woke up, as I was waking up and I woke up, it was like messages were coming to me as to what kind of buildings and people I saw. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, so like the first two thoughts I had was like New York. And then like the second thought I had was like banks collapsing. So I really do feel strongly that that is a real thing. And well, it's already been happening, truthfully, for being honest, but I feel like on a deeper level, for me, I think it's just a sign that there's a shift and there is a lot of destruction that either is judgment given and to those people who are innocent that are being attacked, like my situation. Like I feel like you know they're targeting certain areas because there's high vibration there, there's enlightenment there, and they're going to different places, obviously, and trying to stop the sun from shining. Literally, they're trying to stop people from getting vitamin C, from being able to walk in nature, from being able to breathe clean, livable air. Like they're doing things strategically to stop people from trying to eat healthy by raising the prices on certain produce and fruits and vegetables, that the prices are literally insane. Like the prices just don't make any sense. $20 for a bag of grapes, like the whole thing is just nonsense, y'all. Like people really have to catch on. Like it's not normal. Like what they're doing is not normal. And yes, it's up to us now to realize the attack, what they're doing, and to pivot, what I'm saying, to change our lifestyle, to change our habits so that we can survive to see a new dawn, a new day, a new age. We have to still be healthy and keep ourselves so sharp and aware. Like I can give an example. There was another holiday, I think it was another fake holiday, where one of my relatives wanted to go to a specific beach. And I'm this is like not even with a dream now. I'm just talking like just regular talking to you all. This was earlier this year, and I can't tell you all how I knew. I mean, I have incredible intuition, so I never doubt my intuition or my gut feeling, but I just knew that I knew that I knew that there was going to be some kind of shootout, some kind of shooting situation. Like I just knew that like somewhere in one of these hot spots there was going to be a mass shooting. Okay. And sure enough, the exact beach, there was people injured, and I think maybe two or one was taken out of here. And of course, once again, it was a hot spot. It was a hot spot. It was an area where everybody comes together. You see what I'm saying? It was one of those kind of holidays where people go out en masse. And this is what they do. They pick these times, they pick these seasons to specifically go and take people out because they know that there's going to be an abundance of them. So I feel like to say this, be very careful. Be very careful, you all. if there's people in your family, there's friends, whatever, whoever that, suggest going somewhere, and like, in your gut that like trouble's gonna ensue because these opposite forces that be want to take you out of here, and that, you can't think that you sound crazy because you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, your intuition, your gut feeling 9 to 10 times for most people is always right. And I can't even tell you how I didn't even flinch when I saw the news and I saw the name of the beach, and the fact that, you know, my relatives wanted to go to that beach, and I was like adamant, like, and I said like, no, not a good idea. I don't feel like it's a good idea. Cause deep down I knew there was gonna be a shooting. I just knew it. So when you see that the same place you're saying is gonna have some kind of catastrophe has a catastrophe, it's like, of course, because they're targeting. Like, whenever these things come up, like, they know that people are gonna go, and that's the problem. So it's not about living in fear. It's not about not having fun. It's about the fact that, and I'm sad to say this, but it's about the fact that we live in a time where they want to take as many people out of here. Especially those who are bringing awareness to certain topics, and you know they carry they carry something special. Like, they don't care. What I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to creep anybody out, but like, they know who they want to take out. They know why they want to take certain people out, and they will stop at nothing. So you can't give them easy prey. You can't give them easy access to you. As an enlightened one, you can't feed into what people who are not awake feed into, because people who are not awake, they would never even think of that. That wouldn't even cross their mind. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't even, not even about pray, but they wouldn't pray, they wouldn't consult their gut, they would just go because they're not even aware what they're doing. But people like you and me, we actually are aware of warning signs, warning signals, impending doom, shifts, financial shifts, the markets. Like, we're aware of things that other people are not aware of. So you can't just squander the gift, the insight that the divine has given you. You have to respect it. You have to respect it, and you have to walk accordingly. You can't just say, oh yeah, I feel some kind of way, and then you want to follow the other herd of sheep going into a brick wall. You've got to be smart enough, be wise enough and honest enough with yourself to go the opposite direction. So yeah, that's what I want to say. So yeah, even from yesterday, it's like, I'm being forced. I'm being forced to change how I eat. It's gotten to a point where I'm so aware of what's happening. Like, it can't continue the way it's continuing. I don't really have a choice, you know what I'm saying? And that's very difficult for me to be weaned off of. And I'm gonna need a lot of, positive energy and endurance, because it's not, the way they programmed us is like, it's not normal to want to be vegan. It's not normal to not want to stuff your face. Like, the way they programmed it, like, even every kind of, especially like today, or especially like an American kind of holiday, like, they program it with these adverts of hot dogs and hamburgers, and that stuff has never really appealed to me anyway. But like, just giving you an example, like, they're never going to show you a fresh kale salad. They're never going to show you an actual healthier recipe that takes time and looks good and tastes good. They're just going to show you what they want to show you. While they eat healthy, they're going to try to program us to be like pigs. You know what I'm saying? Eat like pigs. And that's the whole gist of it. So it's hard, but like, when you know that these things are attacking your immune system, attacking you, changing you, what choice do you have? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's getting to a point where I almost don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to do alternatives with a lot of stuff that maybe before I didn't want to do alternatives with, but now it doesn't feel like I have a choice. Either I'm gonna be polluted and disrupted or I'm going to be thriving and healthy. It's like it's either one or the other, you know what I'm saying? And there's no mincing it, you know? So, to the best of my ability, I do try to eat healthy, but it just feels like it's not just about health or vanity. It's about the fact that there's chemicals, there's actual chemicals and just disruptive things happening out there that is where our food's supposed to be, and they're spraying on it. You know what I'm saying? They're ruining it. They're not even telling the truth about the regulations of what they put on these foods. They're not even telling the truth. So you really can't trust what they say. So it's a sad state of affairs, but it's just all out war, man, from the censorship to it's in your face. Like it's to the point now where it's in our faces, and people who claim to have seen the light, it's like I don't see how they can't see what's happening to them and what's happening to their jobs and what's happening to their families. Like it's in everybody's face these days, and there's no really mincing words about it. It's there for the whole world to see, and it's obvious. It's so obvious these days, like what's happening. All you got to do is just like pay attention, ask for supreme spiritual guidance and just pay attention. And a lot of times we're being protected from things that we don't see, that we don't know would have happened to us. A lot of times we're being protected and we don't even know it. So, love you all. I don't want to run my throat ragged dry. So, my throat's getting a little dry. So, I think it's time to